Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are out here at the sawmill. As you can see, loaded up with lumber on the new 280 consolidation, the green one, number 3. We're joined by Gray.
Hello, hello.
And we will be running this one out on the new track today, out to the coal mine. So we'll have to see how this works or doesn't work. Hard to tell. Track is definitely at a steeper angle than anything we've built before. So we will be giving it a go. And while we're giving it a go, I guess there is some news in the RailRoads Online community today that we got an update post, at least from Astragon, in the discussion page on Steam. Sadly, no update, obviously, to talk about today, as we are still running our old stuff, but they did give us some notes going forward. Basically, the February update is to say that the February update has been delayed. The February update was delayed, it looks like, until March 10th is the new date that they've given us. So it looks like the 3 to 4 week estimate was a couple weeks short, as that's been pushed out. So they're talking about giving it over to quality assurance and stuff, and letting them test it for bugs and whatnot in this next week. And then, that'll give them a couple weeks to play with it, I guess, and make sure that everything's functioning. And it looks like March 10th is the new magical date for us for the actual coal update. So there is that. Couple of things that they did give us to go along with that, at least, is that the coal towers, we will be needing to fill the coal towers. One would assume that that's, filling them from the coal mine, as what else would you fill them with? So we can only assume that we'll be filling them with coal from the coal mine. So if you haven't made, your link to the coal mine, person might want to start looking at doing that. Of course, that's surprisingly enough what we're doing. Of course, you got a couple extra weeks to get there now, so there's that. And they are definitely putting the shovel mechanic in the game for scooping the coal into the firebox there, and that we are getting chutes to refill the tenders with. So that looks like it's a thing. They do talk about the new locomotives and the new rolling stock, and how we'll probably be waiting a little while longer for those things. Not necessarily just kicking out into this coming coal update. So there's that. What else were the big things? I think that's really pretty much it. It's basically just like, the coal update, and the update to the coal update is that, it's a couple weeks delayed. And then they do also talk about an upcoming Steam store sale for the game, which, quite frankly, I'm just going to leave that at that. You can go check out the details for yourself and see about the Steam store sale for it. So those are things. Basically, the February update is to say that we will have a March update instead of a February update. And that about covers the February update. Which, quite frankly, yes, I'll say honestly, is disappointing for me. I'm sure disappointing for several other people, so I'm just kind of going to leave it at that, let it go. Obviously, I have the opinion of, waiting for a quality tested, update is better than just getting a rushed update. So the time frame, I guess, really doesn't bother me. Well, it definitely is a bummer that we're not getting it on time. It'll come when it comes, and hopefully it works decent when we do get it. So I guess that's the important part. So that's my summary of the February update. And I guess all I have to say about that one. So then, as we get back to today's task, which is we have completed a line out to the coal mine, which is a new path for us. Definitely new grades. Have no idea if one locomotive is actually going to be able to pull this up over what the what this is that got laid up to the coal mine. So it's going to be interesting. It's a departure, a large departure from how I normally lay track. So I'm kind of interested to see if this will pull it. I know the grade actually comes out somewhere around 7-ish%. I think we just lost.
We just lost a train
a
car.
car. I'll bring it back. We'll just throw that thing back on the back. I saw that too. It seemed like it was speeding up a little bit there. At least that's not the end of the world. We can back up for that one. That is a common problem with this locomotive, though. Oh, speaking of problems, that brings us to another problem, which is the 45-degree crossovers. I don't know how many other people have been having or not having problems with the 45-degree crossovers, but what we have figured out is that quite often they are acting like a brick wall, like the 90-degree crossovers used to do. Perfect. So the solution that I have found for those is if you delete it, slap a new one down on the ground next to it, and then put one back in its place. It seems to get rid of the invisible wall, although we then had another one put in the world today that was then actually taken out, and it reverted the other one back to a wall. So again, we took it out and put a new one back in its place, and it seemed to work. So that's the only solution I have for people who might ask is, if you run into a crossover that turns into a wall and won't let you through it, just delete it and slap a new one in its place. If that doesn't work, try slapping one next to it just on the ground. It seems like it only affects one in the world at a time, but what resets that exactly, I'm not sure. So just a helpful tip if that helps you at all. Been a new problem. Haven't had any of that kind of problem with the 90-degree crossovers, but the 45-degree crossovers currently are causing that problem. Joy of joys. So definitely not bug-free of the new crossovers. So what we do have is, you'll see, like we tend to build, there are some switches thrown in places along this track, which will be for future, development. Do try to kind of plan throwing some of those in places. So you will see a few of those here and there. All right, wood is good. Boiler pressure is good. Temperatures all look good. Water looks good. And we will be stepping this one up. That is not a good sign that the loco's pulling that hard already. It is never going to pull all of these up that grade. I don't think it's going to happen. So I guess probably be prepared to cut it in half, Gray.
All right.
I don't doubt that becomes the scenario, as this is 7.5%, but what we just came up was 4.5%, and it wanted to lug. So I can only imagine what it's going to do coming up here. All our brakes are free, as we are now going to start to climb right here, from which there's definitely no return. Alright, let's see what she's got. Not a chance. She's still moving, but I don't think for long. Yep, go ahead. Cut them loose, Gray.
I took one. See if that helps.
Not enough. Alright, 3 and she's speeding back up. Boy, she chuffing. Oh, that's not going to be good when it comes to hopper cars, man. What does that mean? One hopper car? So we're definitely going to have to get... We're going to have to get more oomph on the locomotive before this is going to be all that successful of a thing. But this is definitely at 7%, so this isn't like some, you know, short or not steep thing. As you can see the track going up there, it's a little on what I would say is the curvy, steep side. I'm not sure how you want to look at it, but it's a little crazy. See if it can actually do 3 cars. Well, this might just have to be a double header line. I wonder if you could run up to the top. Top of the hill and catch it. Oh, you're catching us anyway, aren't you? I think you are. I can see you back there.
I'll probably catch you on the curve.
I don't dare slow down for you. I'm sorry. I don't dare slow down. Oh, this tree. Hopefully that doesn't derail us. Oh, that tree is too close. I don't know if it'll pull by this part or not. Wow, you can really see how it goes up though. Definitely stronger locomotives in the game, so Class 70 or the Heisler, either one may do this route even a little better, so we will probably be testing those and see what we can get. You know, if we can get it... Uh-oh. Oh, because it's still going to get steeper right up here at the peak. Might still have to dump another one. Well, wanted something that was going to make the locomotive work. Alright, stop. Nice. He caught it right at the top of the hill. That was pretty good. Okay. Probably not take the brake off. This is probably going to be the most crazy downhill run that I've ever been on. I'm not sure how this is going to go. Need some more pulling power. This is where some of the bigger locomotives coming in should be helpful. As you can see, we still do have some of the bottom bridge work down in there is what we had to do to get things to work. Haven't cleaned all that up just yet. Wasn't sure if this was going to work, obviously. This is still pretty sketchy, and 3 cars at a time is not necessarily what I like to run. I was hoping for at least 5 or 6, let's be honest. Alright. Here we come free with the brakes. This is a little bit of a swoop here down to the mine yet. A little bit roller coaster-y. Polar Express type, whatever you want to call it. Not sure how well everything's going to come out of here. Especially being that we got to do hopper cars, and these things are way lighter than hoppers. I mean, way, way lighter. So if it's only going to do 3 of these, probably right now we can do 1 hopper at a time or something. Which is not necessarily a time saver going up over this mountain. That's for sure. But I do have to say, the route's kind of fun. And pretty crazy. So that's cool. I like the look of it, even though it's totally obnoxious. It needs to be smoothed out. So from here we should be able to cruise right on. And we will get up to the new coal layout, which the layout itself works pretty good at the mine, so now it's just going to be about whether, you know, we're waiting for stronger locomotives to actually do this route, or if we can pull something off a little more effective with what we have in the game currently. That is all up for debate, as we do anticipate at least some new locomotives coming out in March. Now, not sure that any of them are going to be stronger than what we have, but we can always hope. So here we go, coming into the yard, which is pretty good and done. We will bring this to a bit of a slow in here. Alright, go ahead and drop those. Yeah, you go. Sweet. And then just so we get the rest of the yard layout in the video here, we will turn around and make one run. I mean, we are doing a test. This is all, you know, new. Nothing's been up here yet. So we'll have to see how the turnaround here works and make sure that that's all good. Which it should be. Most of this, we basically kept a 40-meter turn around this. It's pretty consistent and steady. Don't anticipate too many problems in here. Well, at least the good news is we don't need a ton of rolling stock for this run right now. So then what we will do is just send that over onto a siding. That way we can turn around and drop these 3 cars here. We'll bring that one to a rest, and then of course, yeah, we'll go clean up the rest of these cars as we get to that. So wood, sand, and water all on this side, but I guess with that we're gonna call it a half a success and partial win. So say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, by the way, thanks for joining us today, Gray. Appreciate the help.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, we'll call that one a win. Say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.